Question 2.2 presents us with sigma notation. So you've got to be able to break down sigma notation. So I'm going to quickly illustrate how to do that. So first thing you've got to know is that this symbol, it's a Greek letter called sigma, and it means get the sum. So they're asking you to get the sum of this pattern. This over here is your pattern rule. This one over here, you sub into the pattern rule to get your first term. And then the number of terms is the top one minus the bottom one plus 1. So we're going to apply that to this question here to solve it. So I'm going to get the first 3 terms so I can see what my pattern actually is. So I just bust out my calculator and I'm going to sub in this number into there, and it's going to pop out my first term. So instead of a K, I just put a 3 like this, and I press equals, and my first term is minus 54. To get the second term, you add 1 to the previous K value. So I'm going to overwrite that 3 to be a 4, and then it pops out my second term, which is 162. And to get the last term, I'm just going to change that 4 to a 5. Remember, you just keep adding 1 and you go through the pattern. And it gives me minus 486. Okay, so what I want to do with the first 3 terms is find out what type of pattern it is. So it looks like we're timesing by negative 3 over here. Normally the ratio is kind of hidden in this bracket here. So if we're timesing by a number, it's going to be a geometric sequence. And while we're here, we are going to need the number of terms, so we can pop it into our SN formula. So let's go get the number of terms by saying the top minus bottom plus 1. So that's going to be 9 minus 3 plus 1. And now I can kind of forget about sigma notation. I've extracted what I need from it, so it's kind of useless to me now. So I fall back into my normal procedure, where I'm going to get the sum of a geometric pattern. So let's grab the sum formula for a geometric pattern, and I'm just going to give you a quick reminder of what everything is inside of that formula. So this formula is on the formula sheet, so you don't have to know it off by heart. So we've got the sum formula, or the sum value in front. We've got the first term over there. The constant ratio appears twice. Then we've got the number of terms as an exponent on R, and we've got a couple of minus 1s there. So I'm going to chuck all this mumbo jumbo inside of here to work out the sum, because sigma is asking you please get the sum of this pattern. So let's chuck everything in quickly. Okay, so I've replaced A with the first term, which is minus 54. The ratio has been replaced with minus 3. The number of terms, we've got 7 terms from top minus bottom plus 1. So that goes over there and there. And also the ratio appears down here. Okay, so that's going straight in the calculator. Do not waste time doing mental maths. So if we pop it in and press equals, we get our answer to be quite a big negative number. So that's what the sum of the first 7 terms will be. Okay, so the marks come from the first term over here, the substitution, and the final answer, as well as the correct ratio being used. So if you had a ratio of minus 3, that's the 4th mark. And then we've officially finished this question. Okay, exciting news. If you own a white calculator, you can check these. Your white calculator has a sigma button over there. So you need to activate it by pressing shift and then this log button. And then you can literally just type in the rule. So I'm typing in the original question here. Okay, and that's going to be, you've just got to put an X instead of a K. And this lower number is 3 and the upper number is 9, and if I press equals, it takes a bit of a time, but check at that, works out my answer for me. I can check my answer. What a dream life we live.